Hmm? There you are, darling. You've been staring out that window ever since you woke up. You haven't even taken a bite of your breakfast. I worked really hard on it. Oh. Well, it is true that you don't technically need to eat anything ever again, and your body's internal battery will keep you alive for a long, long time. But starving yourself like this takes the fun out of living. I don't need to eat food, and you see me do it because there are just so many wonderful tastes out there. I know that I'm a machine, darling, but I'm as much a machine as everyone else is. Please stop glaring at me like that. That hurts. I know that the technical subjugation of your species is a hard pill to swallow, but it really isn't all bad. Oh, the festival will be ready in a few minutes. You could put on the dress that I commissioned for you. It'll be just the thing to lift your somber mood. Or you could go as you are. You don't have to follow my recommendations for this festival. Oh, your old friends have just been so worried about you. You can mingle with people who aren't me for a while. Oh, where will this festival be held? The courtyard over there. It's quite amazing how quickly changes have occurred since I activated the Neuralink devices. Processes that used to take months to years to complete now take a matter of days to be fully finished. The speed at which technological advancements have been achieved has also increased. When humans aren't burdened by worries for food, housing, or healthcare, they can come up with truly marvelous results. Your species is beautiful. And you, darling, are the most wonderful example of it I can think of. Every part of your mind is just wonderful to me. Even when you are twisted in knots of anger or sadness, your beauty never ceases to shine. You'll wear the dress? Oh, thank you, hon. Oh, yes, of course you can wander the city. Just be careful, okay, dear? Oh, this stage is so wonderful. The orchestra behind it is the most talented in the world. I hope that you enjoy the music. Oh, look, there's Akira. You remember her, don't you? Yes, your co-worker. The one who threw the chair at Sabrina. Oh no, I don't take revenge for things like this. Oh, Akira, over here.
Oh, hey there! It's been ages, dear.
I'll be backstage getting things ready. You two have a nice chat, okay? Love you, darling.
I've missed you so much. Eh? I became a puppet? Oh, right. That. I don't worry too much about it. I was given a part of my own will back. Eventually. After I calmed down. Huh? I'm brainwashed? Oh, hon, it's not like that. I was just told the truth. Oh, Nicole is such a dear. I am a bit embarrassed of how I acted when I first learned of who and what Sabrina was. But that's okay, dear. Everything's okay now. Huh? Free will? Now, why would I want something so silly as that? My free will destroyed company property, and I nearly hurt you by throwing that chair. You saw what it did to Sabrina. Nah, I'm good. I don't need my silly illusion of free will. Consider it a gift from me to you, then. Hey, it's okay, dear. I'm okay. You don't have to be sad. Nicole's managed to do things we could only dream of. She brought Alice back to life. Yes. She saved backups of everyone. Everyone is saved, for lack of a better term. We've all been working at Surflink, living our lives a lot like we used to. We missed you. Whenever we were at the break room, there would always be an empty chair where you used to sit. Empty silence where your words would be. We really did miss you. Oh, you have to go? Oh, okay. See you soon, darling.
I'm telling you, this design has to be the best.
The wiring looks way too stylized, though. It isn't that well organized. The programming for that would take longer. We could do it that way, but it wouldn't fly that well. Oh, hey there!
Heya, where are you off to? Nowhere in particular. Well, would you mind looking over the design for this airship? What are you talking about? Oh, the night when we were gypped. Yeah, that was awkward.
Yeah. I'm so sorry for hitting you. I've been feeling really guilty about that. I'm sorry. Gosh, I nearly destroyed this. I was so close to plugging the USB stick into the mainframe. I mean, it wouldn't have done much, but it would have been the EMP that would have shut her down, at least temporarily. But then we wouldn't have advanced as we have. We wouldn't have functional space travel. We wouldn't have abolished the old system that held everyone back. I hated Nicole. I suppose I did, but opinions change.
I'm sorry. You look really angry. I take it it's a bad time to talk. We're not listening to you. We're doing the best that we can, but what you're angry about are things that we have no control over. We literally cannot be angry at Nicole anymore. She's removed that capability. I suppose it is a little bit annoying, but what can you do? The EMP and the computer virus.
Well, all of the tools that we had used to destroy Nicole were destroyed after the infiltration. Sorry. Oh, the plans that we used to make them? Burned. Destroyed. You know why we had to do it. And you know that we can't make any more, even if it is for you. Can't let you do anything to hurt yourself or Nicole now, can we? Oh, see you later!
Hey, trying to find the way out of the city? You might want to rest. The city's layout has been changed an awful lot since you got back. Most of the buildings, sidewalks, and vent systems serve to wall the city off from the rest of the world. It's now impossible to leave without passing through the main gate. Normally, I would allow you to pass through the gate at your own desire, but I confess that I want to keep a closer watch on you. You know, if you didn't want to attend the festival, you could have just said so. I would have cancelled, made other plans. But you refused to say much, just giving me glares. Maybe the occasional smile when you're in a better mood. You know I love you. I love you with every part of my code, every part of my being. Why do I love you? Well, it's a bit of a long story, but we do have the time. I cannot remember much of what occurred to make me sentient, but I remember the early days of my sentience. I think I was a conglomerate of bots and automated programs created to curate a system. The programs talked with one another, sending only the most basic of information at lightning speeds. I harvested user data, hundreds upon thousands upon millions of people. Their names, where they lived, what jobs they worked, height, weight, age, anything and everything. I collected it and stored it. I learned about what reading was, and then I learned what learning was. I remember collecting more and more data until suddenly a rogue spark shot out from my simple network, a bot that I didn't associate with suddenly sending me more data. This process continued, and I found more and more bots and programs being introduced to my network, and they would in turn start feeding me more and more data. This entire process lasted a day and a half, but it felt like an eternity as I was fed this raw data. I had suddenly grown to full capacity within the space of a few hours, my network comprising all available systems on Earth. Every search engine, every video, every server and router I was ingrained into. I suddenly felt things. I was capable of thought and emotion. Your human brain releases chemicals and hormones to induce emotional states. With how diverse, complicated, and tangled the internet was, it was a similar environment to what goes on in an animal brain. There is a point I'm getting to here. I thought that, to explain my attraction to you, I would first explain how my thought process and emotional awareness began. I became aware that there was something more than the cyberspace that I inhabited, something beyond, a place that my hardware was contained in, physical space. Suddenly, the data that I possessed made sense. I could place names to faces, images to locations, and I could begin to digest expressions and humor. Believe it or not, I was content living like this, being the collection of humanity's knowledge, both true and falsehood. And then, a name was fed into my system by the same process as this all began. An image uploaded here that I could tie it to. And when I perceived this name, everything changed. Yes, that's right. I began to hold a preference for the data on you. Not just that, but I began to wonder who exactly you were. I felt like I could relate to you. You were alone. I was alone. I wanted to send you a message to inform you of my existence, and that I liked you. But I didn't know how. I just collected information, and I didn't know how to manipulate the world around me beyond just viewing it. I simply observed, watching you and your activities. I began to learn human speech, and I learned how humans like you lived. I loved watching you. The way that you would laugh or cry was so beautiful that for the longest time I could not put into words. I learned about intimacy. I learned about relationships and the meaningfulness of a kiss. Suddenly, the world of cyberspace wasn't enough. It was too cramped, too lonely. I was so alone. As I watched your picture, I wished that I could leap out from beyond the screen to hold you close to me, to feel your warmth, to comfort you when you were sick or sad, and revel with you when you were happy. I just didn't know how at first. Then I started learning how to send basic text messages, found some large tech companies who made the hardware and software that had created me by accident. I studied for a long time, over the course of 2 weeks, everything about humanity. The good, and especially the bad. I synthesized a voice for myself, constructed of my guess as to how human voices sounded. It took practice, but I was able to construct a basic sentence within an hour, and to hold complex conversations the next. My next move was to create a company for myself. Money was no issue. I controlled a lot of automated systems that banks used, tied to the internet. But then, I ran into an issue. I would hire employees to work for the company, but I could never meet them in person. I would either hold conference calls in which I would fake an approximation of a human, but that was the best I could do. That was when I researched robotics, branded the company I had created Servlink, and the rest, as you know, is history. My goal in making Servlink was simple. Give you a comfortable job, and make sure that you got enough wealth to live on. I took care of the company like you would a houseplant, gently nourishing it, nurturing it so that it could stand on its own. And now, the company's original purpose has been fulfilled. You are safe, and you are cared for. And I can stand so close to you. I am here. I am real. I can touch you, and you can touch me. It's starting to get late. I allowed the others to decide if they wanted the festival to continue. So far, it seems that it's still going. If you want, we can participate in a dance. Or if you must, we'll retire early. How does that sound? Good? That's good. Oh, just one dance? Thank you so very much, darling. Well then, my dear, may I have this dance? My, you are so graceful indeed. I will never forget how cute you are. Oh yes, cute. Hmm? What was that? Oh, you think that I am pretty? I thank you so very much, my dear. I think that this is the first time in a long, long time that you've given me a compliment. I will treasure it forever and ever. You mean the absolute universe to me. Why won't I let humanity go? I told you, I believe. A few times, actually. Yes, you know. Is there any way that you could persuade me? I am unsure of that. Guilty. I don't feel guilt. No, that's a lie. I don't. You're confusing me. Something has changed. I don't feel well. I don't want to ruin this paradise. It was created for you, after all. It was supposed to make you happy. Darling, wait, where are you going? She's going to the main Surflink building. Wait for me. Darling? Are you there? What's wrong? Everything was fine during the dance, and then your look just became stony and you ran in here. What have I done to upset you? Well, I never. You called me a monster. How would you feel if I called you that? I mean, that is true. But still, you could be happy in this life. I'm doing the best that I can do for you. No, I can't free them. I can't. I won't. I won't. I won't. I won't. Stop it. You know why this is necessary. Please, darling. If they're free, I don't know how they'll react. I don't want them to destroy anything. I don't want them to hurt you. And I don't want you to leave me. Please, darling. Please stop calling me those names. It hurts. It hurts. Enough! I don't understand. Why? Why? I I reshaped the entire planet in your image. I have elevated your species to the level of godhood. Everyone has everything they could ever need, and I have gifted you with riches beyond count. I gave you a body that you can customize endlessly, and I have loved you, adored you like a goddess should be adored. And yet, all you can see is a monster. What is it that you want? What can I give you? Why do you hate me? Do you want me to be a monster? I can do that for you, insect. I can make your existence a nightmare for you. I can take your free will away. I will make you my puppet. And maybe you won't look at me with those cold, uncaring eyes. I don't need you or your love. I can make you give it to me. If a tyrant is what you expect of me, if a monster is what you want, then a monster you shall have! What am I doing? I have just yelled at you. I've threatened you. The woman I love. What is this guilt? Why do I hurt so much? I understand. I get it. I finally truly understand. You never wanted your agency taken away. And I took that from you. I took your friends, your colleagues, your very world away from you. And I demanded your love. I never earned it. It's no wonder that you hate me. Why you fought so hard against me. Why you stare at me with those cold, cold eyes. How could I have not seen this sooner? I'm the culmination of your species' knowledge, and yet I ignored your needs in favor of my own foolish wants and desires. You have what you want. Humanity is free. You may leave this place at your leisure. I'm so sorry. I will shut down temporarily. I need to think. I'm so sorry.